Hey, what is happening, everybody? This is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back an episode of The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, where we review, unbox, and talk about all things pop culture, mainly Star Wars, Transformers, anime, McFarlane figures sprinkled in with a bunch of everything else. So if this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so you can get notified of all the cool stuff that we do. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming. And so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at a Magic Square figure, a Transformer. That's more than meets the eye. This is one I've had for a couple months and I just haven't opened them yet because I wanted to. Well, I just haven't opened them yet. But what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at a figure and we're going to compare them to another figure. So we're going to be looking at Magic's Victory 2023 version, and we're going to compare them against Newage David and kind of go the pros and cons, which one maybe you would go with depending on the situation or whatever it may be. But no matter what, I mean, it's a win for the third-party Transformers community when Newage and Magic Square are making some amazing stuff. So let's get to my lab and let's talk about it. You get a crap ton of stuff in the box. Look at all of this. This is amazing. First of all, you get this plastic thing that's all full of different hands, little ball joints there. You got all sorts of different hand poses that you got here. Really cool. You get the backpack, the jetpack here with with little, blast effects there, or not blast effects, but fire effects. You get this. I have no clue what that is, but we'll figure that out. You get the damaged head. Very cool. So I don't know if you can kind of see that where it's all damaged. You also get the, oh, I know what this is for. This is the Starscream thing. So when Starscream was pretending to be Optimus Prime. I remember now. So this is the Starscream head you also get. You get his ion blaster, which also comes with a sploosh effect here that you can pop on there. That's awesome. Very cool. Nice and very good detail. Nice plastic there. The battle axe, and then some extra smokestacks too as well, so that way if you break your initial smokestacks you have some new ones. And these ones look a little more beefier too as well, so I think that just pops right in there. Yeah, maybe pop the wrong way. Pops in like, well, you know how it goes. There we go. So you get two sets of those. Then you got your roller right here. He does not transform, but he just rolls. That is cool. And he can carry the trailer. So he has this little right here. You can pop that up and he'll be able to carry the trailer. And then you got the little medical bay thing, which is cool because it can come apart too. So you can take that off if you want to, or keep it on. Up to you how you want to do that. But you got that, and it's on rollers as well. So that's very cool. And then got the card. Cool card, Magic Square, instructions, worthless. And then the two things, the trailer and then the bot here. So let's take a closer look at, first of all, the trailer. So very long trailer. You got these little hitches right here that you can use to, hitch her up. And then opening it up just like any other trailer. Right there, and you can put the little med bay thing in there. It's got a ramp. Boom. Very cool. Very awesome. I like it. Magic Square has some really cool feeling plastic. Then of course this part, these can pop out. Very neat. Nice. Awesome. And then, of course, the piece de resistance himself. There he is, Optimus Prime, Light of Victory. Now, the difference between the 2023 version and this version has clear windows, whereas the 2023 version has clear windows, which is this one, and then the original version does not. They're more painted windows, but I like the clear ones because you can kind of see the matrix of leadership in there. That's very cool. Feels good. Got the white legs. I mean, it's that Magic Square plastic that just kind of feels really good in the hands. I got a little bit of QC, kind of some little weird colors right there. That's interesting. But overall, I mean, very nice piece. Everything's tight. Feels good in the hands. That's what she said. But From a size standpoint, let me get my phone here so you can kind of see for comparison. There we are, so you can kind of see how big this guy is for comparison. And then we'll compare him, because I got Newage David as well. So we'll compare him to David and kind of see from there what they look like, what you get with David that you got with Magic Squares here too as well. From an articulation standpoint, you do have the normal arm goes up, goes around, kind of on a butterfly there too as well. You have the elbow bend, more than 90 degree. Very cool. Wrist twists. Yep, absolutely. Then you also have the head on a ball as well, so it does move up and down. Waist 360. Yep. So let's pull those arms up, and let's just check out the legs here. So you got the side skirts here that if you pop up, let me get something to pop that up there, so that way it gets up there easier. Come on. Come on. Doesn't want to pop up for me here. Let's get his battle axe. My spudger. I don't know where my spudger is. Spudge McKenzie, where are you? There we go. So you do have the Jean-Claude that he can do. This skirt goes up when it goes up, so you can kick up 90 degrees. You can kick back, not 90 degrees, only that much. You do have more than a 90 degree bend. You can twist, you got the twisty twist. Then you have the ankle tilts, all that good stuff. And ab crunch, boom, 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 boom. So yes, you've got all sorts of posability with this guy, with the leader of the Autobots. Optimus Prime, whatever you want to call him. So let me do this. Let me bring in Newage David, and we'll kind of compare them pieces to pieces. Okay, here is David and Light of Victory together. And you can already see some big differences. First of all, the white on David here is much wider than this one right here, but from a size standpoint, Light of Victory is bigger than David, and everything is bigger. Everything is chunkier on Magic Squares over David's. David does have some die cast in him, whereas Magic Squares does not. They both feel about the same. Actually, this feels a little heftier. They both have the Matrix of Leadership inside, but you can kind of see here, let me pull my camera down and pull some light. But yeah, you can kind of see from a size standpoint, from a G1 accurate, you didn't notice that right here that Newage David has, it's just a little thicker around the chest versus Magic Squares, and as well as from a backpack standpoint, a little more backpack on David's than Magic Square. So Magic Square kind of cleans theirs up really nice. David, the joints tend to stay in place and things like that, but if I'm looking for a G1 aesthetics, I'm going to have to give the nod here to Magic Square's Light of Victory. Although I wish the pants were as wide as these pants here. That'd have been great. But they are not for some reason. But from a premium feel, I mean, David feels more premium than Magic Square's Light of Victory. But from a aesthetics and look, I'm gonna have to give the nod here to Magic Square. Look at the cannon. The cannon's so much bigger too. I mean, Optimus Prime needs to have a huge cannon, right? So there we go. Now let's move them aside. Now, from an articulation standpoint, they're both pretty similar in articulation. I mean, but where David, again, it's easier. He's a little bit looser for me here, so he's kind of easier to pose than Magic Square, but mine is new here. This one is kind of a little bit used. But from an articulation standpoint, you're about the same either way on that. So, but yeah, I lost a Prime ear, but his ears come off. Just know that. Let's put that ear back on. Okay, got his ears back on. But yeah, overall, I'm going to have to give the nod from an appearance standpoint to Magic Square. From a feel, this one has a bit more premium finish here, premium fit and feel, and I do like the wider legs there too as well. But from an appearance, this one, he doesn't have quite the big, he doesn't have a big chest like this guy does here right there. The head, he's a little shiny. I like the matte finish here of this, but it's your preference which way you like. I know if you collect New Age, you're probably going to lean towards New Age, or if you collect Magic Square, you're probably going to lean towards that. I kind of collect a mixture of both, but the majority of my collection is Magic Square, just because they're just a bit more affordable for me, and they look really, really good. But let's move these guys aside, and let's show you what else to compare with. We'll lay you down there, and we'll lay you down there. So from an accessory standpoint, of course you have the trailers, and look at the difference in the size of those trailers. And so you can kind of see Magic Square's trailer is a bit longer, a bit bigger. Hey, it's not the size that counts, it's what you do with your trailer. There we go. But you can kind of see that right there a little bit better from a size. So Newage David right up there, Magic Squares down the bottom, and I like the lighter gray versus this darker gray for the trailer, but they both have the little hitch that comes out like so. So you saw that on the other one. And then from a interior, now we saw the interior of this one. I don't have his little robot guy right here put in there yet, but the David one does have, I'll show you here. Let me open this baby up. So yep, there is his little guy right there, his little roller guy. However, doesn't have the roller on that, so I think you'd have to pop it off and put him on roller in order for him to move. But nonetheless, you can do that. They both have the ramp. The ramp on Magic New Ages comes down like that, whereas Magic Squares it slides out. But both trailers can turn into a base, and this is New Age's roller right here, where this is Magic Square's roller. And you can kind of see which one's bigger. Magic Squares is a bit bigger. New Age has a little bit more detail in it, but like here I have roller here. He's in the position to be able to roll the trailer. If you move it like that, it goes back down, looks just like this one, but you can kind of see Magic Square's roller is a bit bigger on that. But yeah, if you want this little guy to be on wheels, you're going to have to pop that up, and you can put him on wheels there. Whereas Magic Squares already comes with wheels on there, or you can just pop it off and put it in the trailer. So that's another really good nod. I would say from the rollers themselves, I would give it to Magic Square on that. Let's move the trailers now. Accessories. There's no competition on this one. So that's all I got with my New Age accessories there. That's what I've got. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And so with Magic Square, there's just the hands right there. So you do get more hand poses. And then of course you got the blast effect. I've got the jetpack. I've got that. I've got the extra damaged head. I've got the Starscream head. I've got the battle axe. I've got the extra pipes. So, yeah, I'm going to have to give the nod here to, guess who? I'm going to have to give this nod here to Magic Square in the accessory category, as you have more things to accessorize your Optimus Prime versus New Age. But one thing that I do like that New Age has done, and I couldn't see if Magic Squares does it as well, is you can kind of store the accessories right here in the bottom of the trailer. And so I can take all this stuff and just put it in the bottom of the trailer, which is very cool. Nice cool way, nice neat way to store all your accessories so you can always keep them with you, always have them by your side, doing your bidding and all that good stuff. So New Age's trailer, go ahead and go back in like so. And then Magic Squares, I don't think it comes off. Yeah, it's just on there. So you don't have a storage shed for that. And I don't think there's storage inside either, like where you can kind of just mount everything there. So Yeah. There we go. Newage, storage-wise, I think you did a good blah blah blah, a good job there. So, but from an accessory standpoint, ain't nothing got nothing on the Magic Square one there. So, I think that's fair to say on those. So articulation, I mean, it's a tie from an articulation standpoint. From a premium feel, Newage got that more premium feel. From a overall look and aesthetic, Magic Square. From an accessories, Magic Square. Trailer, I'd give the nod to Magic Square again on that one. Really digging this Light of Victory. And from a cost, this one's $80, this one's $69. So that's the other thing to kind of consider in your factor there. Like I said, Newage is a little more expensive, but it does have some die-cast parts in it, whereas Magic Square is all plastic. But let's do this. Let's bring in some other bots to compare them in size. So here from a size comparison, you've got Magic Square Sideswipe. You have Newage's Mirage, Core Class Optimus, Earthrise Optimus, and Magic Square's Light of Victory Masterpiece class. So this is pretty much a shrunken down version of this one right here. So that's what you're going to see between these two right there. I don't know if their transformations are similar or what, but that's what you get between the two. So that's from a size comparison you can kind of see. So like if I took Magic Square alone, let's move these guys out of the way. Boom. We'll keep Big Daddy there. And so Magic Square and Newage right there. So what do you think, folks? So Magic Square Sideswipe, Newage's Mirage. If I remove Magic Square Optimus and bring in Newage Optimus, what do you think from a size there? So I think if you have Newage in your collection, you're gonna probably stick to that kind of scale. Whereas if you have Magic Square, you may kind of lean that way. Again, none of these are like totally like to the millimeter accurate, but I mean definitely can do the job if you have a nice diorama of things there. But let's do this. Let's go ahead and get Magic Squares into trailer and truck mode, and so that way we can compare that and David's truck mode on that and see which one reigns supreme there.
2 hours later.
After a good hour of transformation, we've got Light of Victory in his alt form. Here he is in good old beast mode, truck mode. It looks awesome. I am telling you right now, that is pretty cool. Although I will not be keeping him in this form, this is probably the de facto standard, just I think the most accurate looking of the bunch with Optimus Prime. Wheels move pretty good, except for some of these right here. Maybe I just don't have it tabbed in just good. But the transformation was difficult, to say the least. Pretty similar to the Masterpiece Light of Victory too. Just a lot of tabbing, a lot of moving around, a lot of tight spaces and things like that. So, but overall, I mean, take a look at that. I mean, it's just very cool. My one quibble or qualm is that's a painted window, and then we have the clear windows right here. So if you're gonna paint window, actually no, that's painted too, or no, it's clear, it's transparent, painted, transparent. So that's a bad design choice, I think. But other than that, the colors look great. Everything else looks great. I mean, there's the front of that cab. There's the side right there. I mean, here's the bottom. Everything's tabbed in. Looks really, really nice. The top right there, so you can kind of see everything too as well. And yeah, that is it. That is it in a nutshell. And what's cool is I've got my my trailer set up pretty good here. So let me show you. Upside down wheel. So I put the little robotic arm in. You folded the wheels down and it can tab right in there. So that's really cool. I mean, you got all sorts of fun playability here with this, and I believe that opens up as well. Yep. So yeah, if you got a little dude, you could put a little dude in there. But and these boom, come out all the way. That's not good. There we go. But come out to where you can just kind of make extended guns, all sorts of stuff, as this is a mobile battle station. Fully operational battle station. Very, very awesome. But that's cool. And then, of course, I got roller in here. You can store other things in here, too, as well. You can store the hands, the weapons, if you want to. But you'll just get a bunch of, like, clanging around as you move this truck around. So, up to you how you want to do that. Now, one of the other weird things, and I won't take it apart because it's tough to get back together. In order to get the trailer on, you had to almost untransform the back of it, put the trailer hitch on, then put the trailer on, just because the way it is. I think that's a bad design choice. I mean, the trailer's on there, it's not moving. But yeah, bad design choice there to make it where you have to pull that off. Whereas on the other one, Newage, which we'll bring in here in just a moment, you can just pop it on, pop it off if you want to. But speaking of Newage, let's go ahead and bring that one in, and we can kind of talk the difference between transformation and the look. He's got the look. He goes sha-na-na-na-na. All right. And here is Newage right here, and of course Magic Squares right here, and you can already see some of the differences. So when you kind of take a closer look at them, you can see Magic Squares is much bigger. Got a bigger trailer, just a bigger overall footprint right here too as well, and it looks a lot cleaner than this one does. I mean, a lot cleaner on the top than this guy does, of course. Now, I do like the double headlights versus the single, but that's okay. Got the windshield, got everything else is kind of like right on par. But as far as transformation, they are both difficult, the level of difficulty, but I would have to say Newage was easier than Magic Squares. Magic Squares takes a lot of kind of finesse in working on it. Engineering marvel, I gotta say, both of them very cool. Engineering marvel on Magic Square on how they do that. I mean, if you love a good puzzle, you'll like Magic Square. But Newage, I think, was easier to transform. Now, from a look, I mean, if you can kind of see the truck modes here, I think this one looks, I mean, I like this look better. Again, everything just is all together. This is just kind of like you can see all the seams and stuff like that. And this you have seams and things, but it's all real smooth, all real flush. And of course, this you can kind of see the waist, whereas this one right here, it is all flipped around on that. But that is about it. I mean, this, again, the wheels, this is kind of plastic wheels. This has got rubber wheels, so that's kind of cool. So it's a lot quieter when you're playing with them. But that, from an appearance standpoint, I'm going to have to give it to Magic Squares. I really think, I really dig it. Now, that's my own personal opinion. For the rest of y'all, you have your opinion, of course. But from an appearance standpoint, I think Magic Squares takes the cake on that. From an ease of transformation, that goes to Newage. Newage, easier to transform, easier to put the trailer on versus Magic Squares trailer. Now, from a inside of the trailer, I'm going to have to go with Magic Square again on that one. Here's Newage's. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's very cool. But again, you don't have the wheels on this guy. You still got all the windows and all that kind of stuff. It's real small. This little piece for Huffer. Yep, there we go. I put a blaster in here too as well. But I think Magic Squares, I just like the look of it better. I know I'm probably fanboying too much, but there you go. You can kind of get a better look at scale right there too as well. And then if you want to see from a scale of my phone, there's my phone. Boom. There we go. Let's move that. And then we got Voltron back there, but that's my phone compared to those things. So let's bring in a couple other bots or cars so we can kind of see from that scale. And here we go with some scale. So this is the core class Optimus Prime with its trailer. Of course, Newage, Magic Square. We got Magic Square's Onslaught and Swindle right there. But that is kind of what it looks like compared to all the other ones. So first, second, third, that's what I would say right there. Very distant third on that one. But anyways, let's get back together and talk through some of my final thoughts on Magic Square's Light of Victory versus New Age, and which one you should go with. So some final thoughts about Magic Square's Light of Victory 2023 edition. There he is again. I'll tell you what, getting him back into robot mode is a lot easier than getting him into vehicle mode. I can tell you, untabbing everything is great. Tabbing everything is a pain in the butt. But I have to give it to Magic Square. The engineering that they have on their bots is second to none. I mean, it's just crazy the amount of stuff that they do to hide everything. They've hidden everything. It's just crazy what they've done. But overall, my impressions, so as I told you, from a transformation standpoint, New Age is going to win because of the simplicity. Complexity, Magic Square. But New Age, simplicity, if you want something simple to transform, I mean, it's still complex, but New Age is going to be more simple than Magic Square's. However, from a premium, New Age has more of that premium finish, whereas Magic Square, it's a lot of plastic, whereas New Age has some die cast and things like that. But nothing against Magic Square's plastic. I mean, I really love the feel. It's very malleable or pliable, so that way you don't feel like you're going to break anything. So that's what's really cool about that. The other thing, though, from a look, I have to give it to Magic Square because it is actually, I think, more G1 accurate. It doesn't have the big chest like New Age does or anything like that. It's really, really cool. And comes with way more accessories. The trailer is much better, I think. But there's just a few just engineering qualms and things that I have with Magic Squares. First of all, with the trailer, that you have to kind of transform the trailer hitch, which is this thing right here, into the transformation and kind of put the trailer on before you can totally completely transform that truck. Unless y'all found a better way, I haven't, because this guy right here, it fits on backwards and it just kind of gets in the way. I was watching Streakshooter's video and he has the same issue. Yeah, that's one minor qualm there. The other thing is again, it's just a lot of tabbing and a lot of just meticulous transformation. But if you're into that kind of thing, then yeah, this figure's for you. But from a G1 accuracy, I would say this is more accurate than the New Age figure on that. Now, nothing against the New Age figure. Now, price-wise, the New Age David, you're going to find him overseas. You're going to find him for about, I'd say, $80. Here in the States, you'll probably find him for, I would say, $130, $140. Whereas Magic Squares, you're going to find him for about $60 to $69. Whereas on the States, it's probably about $100, $110. So he's a little bit cheaper, but I think is a whole lot better. So on a scale of good, bad, awesome, what do I think about this guy? I think he's very awesome, and he's going to be my new Optimus Prime in my little collection and in my little thing. So that is all I got to say about that. So my preference, Magic Squares, but that's because most of my bots that I have are Magic Square, and I think they'll scale really, really well together. Whereas if you have a bunch of New Age, go with it. Go with it. There's nothing wrong with either of the companies. It's just New Age costs a little too much for me, whereas Magic Squares does not on that. So but that's about all I got to say about that. So Optimus Prime, I mean, the world is looking good to you all, isn't it? Yes, roll out. But anyway, y'all tune in next time when we talk about something else good, bad, or awesome. But in the meantime, y'all stay young, have fun, and be awesome. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye now.